That's terrifying that you want to answer that question.
We don't give out names of employees.
You don't give out names of employees. And they're kind of shady. So we see all this stuff with Daniel Rippeon, right?
Yeah.
Edgewater Police Department.
Right.
So we come to the Edgewater Police Department to start looking into some things. Now we got public employees that are shielding their names from shady stuff.
I'm not giving you highlight reels for your YouTube channel.
You're doing a fine job on your own. Get back to work.
What?
Get back to work. I'm going to count to 3. 1.
All right, if I look at the calendar, I want a copy of that calendar. What are you taking it down
Why
for
would you
like
take
that?
it down?
You gave me an ugly face, and then you ripped it off the wall there.
No, I'm going to take that now.
Oh, so you're demanding I give it to you now?
I'm not going to answer questions.
In a recent video that you surely have seen on this channel or another, now former officer Daniel Rippeon of the Edgewater Police Department in Florida arrested this good citizen for doing nothing more but getting off of work, waiting just a few minutes for his ride, only to be threatened, battered, and kidnapped by the Edgewater Police Department. There's a link in the description of that video if you haven't seen it, but that's literally all he did. He got off work. The updates so far are all charges have been dropped, obviously because they were ridiculous. And it's reported on some channels that Daniel Rippeon was fired for this. That's not the case. He was afforded the opportunity to resign, so surely he can go down the road to the next agency. But this logic and this mentality that we saw in this video demonstrated by this Edgewater police officer is very concerning, and a lot of people have a lot of questions. So I went to the Edgewater Police Department, and what I encountered was an absolute show. In this video, we're going to visit the police department and city hall, and it's an absolute circus act. And it's Daniel Rippeon that brought them this attention they clearly don't want. We are out here in Edgewater, Florida at the Edgewater Police Department, where former officer Daniel Rippeon worked until a few days ago. At the time of this visit, we thought that he was just on leave because it started out that way, but he has since resigned. But before he quit, he showed the world a disturbing display, and we want to find out if that's the way of the Edgewater Police Department. If someone can be arrested for getting off of work, waiting just a couple of minutes outside of their work for their ride, and be so aggressively arrested, even having a calm demeanor.
Yes, sir, I just got off work. You don't believe
Dude,
me?
you're gonna get tased.
Okay, I work here.
Turn around.
I work
Stand up and turn around.
Okay, I work here, sir.
Put your hands behind your back. Don't move. Don't move. If you move, there's a canine in my car. You're gonna get dog bit. Stop moving your hands.
During the violation of their rights, then what else might this agency do? Where does it stop? Where's the line? So we're coming inside. We're going to see if we can get an answer to a very ridiculous question, which only arose after the ridiculous actions of Daniel Rippeon. I haven't been here in a while. Who is the acting chief right now?
Geiger.
Geiger is the acting chief.
Yes.
And he was what, lieutenant or sergeant?
He was our captain.
He was a captain. I couldn't remember the ranks here. Is he here now?
I'm not sure. I just got back from break. Let me check. He might be in a meeting or something. Let me go look, okay?
Okay. All right. Thank you. Joseph Mahoney was the police chief until recently, and he moved into the temporary role of city manager. And Captain Charles Geiger moved into the temporary role of police chief. This adds a slight bit of chaos to today's video. That's the chief.
Do you want me to leave a message?
Okay, I just had a question. I know Rippeon obviously is on leave now, and I mean there's millions that hope that he doesn't come back. But I just had a question. A lot of people had a similar question, and I just wanted to clarify something with the Edgewater Police Department, because it appears from the Edgewater Police Department, from what we've seen, you can be arrested for getting off of work. A lot of people are concerned that if the Edgewater Police Department sees them come out of their house, they might be arrested for burglary. We just want to make sure that's not going to happen.
I have no information or no comment on that. I can leave your information if you'd like to talk to someone.
So they might be arrested for burglary coming out of their house?
I'm saying I have no comment or information on that.
Okay, well, that's unsettling. So should people be concerned?
I'm a records clerk. I'm not an officer, so that's not my position.
Right. No. But you're the face of the police department when the public comes in, right?
Okay.
Right. So yeah, I mean,
but
that's.
I'm not on the street, so.
You're not on the street, no. But
I
you're
have
the.
no comment about
you're
any
the.
of that.
But when somebody walks in off the street, you're the face of the Edgewater Police Department.
Which I told you my answer. Do you have another question?
Right. So, but I just that's. So you're not going to say yes or no if the citizens should fear coming out of their house because they might be arrested for burglary. So they might be arrested for burglary.
Do you have a
coming out of
public
their
records
house.
request I can help you with?
I do have some public records requests.
Okay.
I'll get to those shortly. But I just wanted to give the public some sort of comfort. But we
Okay,
can't.
what's your public records request?
We can. I said I'll get to that shortly. But we can't give them any sort of comfort?
Okay, I'm going to take your public records request, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to make comments on any cases or anything like that. So,
Well, no, I'm not asking about a case. I'm not asking about a case. Just specifically,
you have
that's what I
public
wanted to
records
ask Geiger.
request?
Just specifically, if somebody comes out of their house, their own
I'm gonna
house,
walk away in 1 minute.
could they be charged
I'd like
with
your
burglary?
records request, or we're going to be done with this conversation.
Well, I said when I'm ready for the records request, I'll
well,
give you the records request.
Have a good
But that's
day
why I was
until you're
asking for
ready for your
Geiger.
records request.
So, okay, what's your name?
Amanda.
Amanda? Okay, so no comfort?
Do you have your request you'd like to give me?
I told you I'll get to that. I'll let you know.
No, I'm going to take that now.
Oh, so you're demanding I give it to you
I'd
now?
like to take that now. I'm not going to answer questions that
Oh.
you're asking me.
I know you made that clear.
So then
I'm
I'd
just
like to help you.
I'm
Let me
just
help you.
yeah right. I told you I'm gonna get to that. But right now I was narrating here. I was just saying I guess we're not getting any comfort from the Edgewater Police Department to say that you won't be arrested for coming out of your own house for burglary.
Are you
Right?
done with your narration?
Because by that logic that we saw from the Edgewater Police Department so far, that very well could happen. And I just want someone to clarify that won't happen, or if it will, so we can put out notice to the community. Why is Geiger? Is he actually in a meeting or?
Yes, he's in a meeting.
He's in a meeting. You know when it'll be done?
I do not.
So when he's done, he could come out and answer that, right?
Well, I can have him call you if you'd like. I don't know.
Well, I'm already here. He doesn't have to call me. I'm already here. Drove all this way.
Okay.
Right? I talked to you last year, right? I was here last year.
I don't know. Maybe.
That was the whole Kyle Walker thing.
Okay.
When I remember that when I was here, I talked to what's his name, Mahoney, and I was warning him about something. I was trying to give him a heads up. I was trying to help the agency, and I told him at that time, I was like, if you don't heed my warning, you're going to end up turning off your Facebook comments. I'm just telling you, if you don't heed my warning, you're going to be turning off your Facebook comments too. I promise you. You'll see. 2 days later, they turned off their Facebook comments. So I'm here to help, but they don't want to take me seriously. So yeah, I guess I'll just wait until he can answer that question. That's what I want to figure out today. A lot of people are asking that question, and that's what I'm hoping to get answered for people. That's all. It's just a simple thing. It's a basic thing. It sounds like a ridiculous question, doesn't it? Like, would you fear being arrested for walking out of your own house for burglary? Probably not. That sounds ridiculous. Right?
Do you have your public records request?
It sounds ridiculous. Doesn't it sound ridiculous?
Public records request?
I do, yeah, but that sounds ridiculous, right? You're a human outside of being an agent for the Edgewater Police Department. You're a human, and that sounds ridiculous, doesn't it? It's not a trick question or anything.
Have your records?
Just as a human, I'm not tricking you. It's not. Nobody got arrested for burglary for coming out of their own house. I'm just as a human. Wouldn't that be ridiculous? It sounds like a silly question to ask. 100%. I feel ridiculous for coming in and asking it. I never thought we would have a reason to ask a question like that, but people are fearful now. Rippeon did that. Be mad at Rippeon, not me. I didn't do it. So people are concerned. So I guess I'll just wait till Geiger or somebody, whoever wants to answer. I don't care if it's Geiger or whoever wants to answer it. And then after we get that answered, I'll submit the records request. So I guess I'll just hang out and wait.
Would you like to have a seat then? Or?
I'll stand. That's all right.
Okay.
Yeah. So far, nothing, no comments. So in Edgewater, at least in the city of Edgewater, you might, I guess we can just surmise that you might be arrested for burglary for coming out of your house. And that's terrifying. It's absolutely terrifying. That was a really simple question. I mean, I was hoping to get, the answer I was hoping to get from anybody, it doesn't have to be a police officer, but anybody that works here as a public employee is an agent of this department. So the answer I was hoping to get would just be no, that's ridiculous. That wouldn't happen. But unfortunately, as you see here, we're not getting that. Defend the blue line over all else. And that's what an answer like that's a blue line type of answer. She says she's not an officer on the road, but she's sticking to that blue line, behind that blue line. Won't answer that because it might make a cop or a department or something look bad. That's what she's thinking. Edgewater Police Department in Florida. I fear for you, residents of Edgewater. I truly fear for you because that's a terrifying and simple question. How ridiculous is that? Will people be arrested for burglary by the Edgewater Police Department for just coming out of their house? They can't answer it. She won't answer it. Nobody will answer that question. That's terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. being very careful not to cross this line because I have a feeling they say the acting chief, everybody's too busy to come out and answer the question as to whether or not a citizen of Edgewater might be arrested by the Edgewater Police Department for burglary just for coming out of their own house. They're all busy. No one can come talk to me, but I bet I crossed that yellow line and suddenly people would be freed up and they'd come out to me. I have a sneaking suspicion that might happen. Can I ask you a question? Hey, how you doing? I just want to ask a question. I tried it. What's your name?
Sergeant Benz.
Benz. All right, I just want to ask a question. I asked them in there. I couldn't.
Give me 5 minutes. I'm going to back up an officer on a traffic stop. I'll come right back.
Surprise, surprise, he did not come back, but I did catch up with him later. While I waited for someone to get freed up to answer that ridiculous question, to help ease just a little bit of the fear placed into them by former Officer Daniel Rippeon and the Edgewater Police Department, we came upon a call actively being worked by the Edgewater Police Department and Officer Ali right here. Let's see how that went.
It is because Volusia County Sheriff's Edgewater Police Department won't help us. They won't help us. I'm begging for your help, sir. Yes, I am begging for help from the Edgewater Police Department for the last since September of last year, and you guys still won't do anything. I want your sergeant. Give me your sergeant, and I'll expect him here.
Okay.
Because there's got to be better than this.
I don't know what else you want me to do.
I want you to protect me. I want you to do your job and protect me. They won't do anything.
They won't do anything, but a guy does nothing but gets off work, waits outside 3 minutes for his ride, and the Edgewater police show up, threaten him with a taser and a dog attack, and take him to jail. And then the city of Edgewater and the police department has the nerve to be annoyed when we the people show up asking questions. After an hour, they're still playing defense for Captain Chief Geiger and claiming he's still in meetings. So I popped next door to City Hall to see if I might speak with Chief City Manager Joseph Mahoney, but you'll see that the shenanigans only get deeper. Hello. I just want to see if Mahoney is available. He told me before anytime I wanted to talk or ask him a question, I could come in and talk to him. So I was just curious if he's available.
Right, but I don't think he's in the building right now.
Okay, I don't think he was over there.
Oh, sorry, Cheryl. There you go. Thank you. Let me, hold on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, are they? On his Facebook page.
What is it about?
I'm sorry?
What's it about?
I just want to ask him a question is all.
We'll call his assistant to come over, okay?
Okay. I don't want to ask his assistant a question, though. I was hoping to ask him a question.
Well, he's a new city manager, so he's really in and out of a lot of like meetings and all over the place. So it's kind of hard to track him down right now.
Yeah. So you don't know where he is right now?
We're gonna get his assistant to find out.
Share your thoughts in the comments, but I don't think she lies well. Clearly, they're playing defense. Mahoney's vehicle is outside. But it's clear that leadership at this city is terrified of the attention they've created.
She works close with him.
She runs defense for him?
Defense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's here, but you probably...
She's just calling to find out in the back. I'll let you know in 2 seconds.
Who are they telling him is here to talk to him? Out of curiosity.
What now?
Who are they saying is here to talk to him out of curiosity?
I don't know.
I just feel like defense is being run.
Yeah.
It's like Orange City.
Yeah, just like Orange City. Are you?
Yeah, he's not back there. He's not here right now, but Chris is aware, and she's gonna come and talk to you.
Okay. Is he over at the PD or?
I don't know where he's at, sir.
Okay. Or is he just in here and
We don't know where he's at.
not? You for real don't know where he's at, or just for me?
How you guys want to see the CM?
What's
What's
the CM?
City manager.
The city manager. Okay. Yeah. Well, I talked to him before, and he said anytime I wanted to talk, come by, and he'll be happy to talk.
Well, he's in meetings. It's for the current CM role, so the best way to address it is send an email to city manager, and then he'll reply back to you.
So he's here right now, but
No,
we're
he's
just
not
playing
in.
defense.
He's not in his office now.
He's not in his
I'm
office.
saying you go on the City of Edgewater's
Yeah, yeah.
website. There's a link on there.
He's-
A request to send an email to the city manager.
Right,
Since he's
yeah.
acting, he'll get the email.
Yeah. I just want to clarify. He's not in his office, but is he in the building?
I didn't see him.
He is.
Get his calendar.
So yeah, maybe.
So
Hey, what's your title here?
I'm the accounting manager.
The accounting manager.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, I'm budgeting and auditing. I probably really can't provide much assistance in your
Well,
concerns.
since you came out, I just want to ask him a question. I'm going to ask it to you. It's ridiculous to ask you, but the question itself is ridiculous too. I'm trying to just clarify. I was hoping he could do it. The residents of Edgewater, in light of recent events, some people have some concerns. We want to make sure that the police department will not arrest anybody for burglary for exiting their own house.
I think that's a question that I'm not authorized to really answer. My role is budgeting and auditing.
Yeah, but just
I
as
don't
he-
speak to that. I'm not trying to be different.
No, I know, but just
the
as a
same thing,
person.
let me just put it back.
As a
to
person,
another-
though, do you think that's ridiculous? That would be ridiculous?
I'm not even commenting on that kind of stuff.
That's-
Like people will come in and ask me about their building permits. I'll send them to building because I'm
Yeah.
not going to answer something outside.
Well, no, I asked for a city manager and you came, so that's why I asked you.
So you came out and knowing that you don't have any.
I came out to provide you a path.
Yeah, just to clarify, I didn't
Contact
ask for you, I asked for a city manager.
I know, but he's not
why.
available.
Are you
Right.
a city manager's assistant?
No.
Oh,
I'm
they
your
said,
accounting and
did you
budget.
say the
They
city
said
manager's
city
assistant was
manager's
coming?
assistant was coming, not you.
Well, I heard that you guys don't want to talk to the city manager assistant. You want to talk to the city manager.
No,
and
the
she's busy
response
too.
was I wanted to talk to the city manager about it, so the accounting guy would come out instead? Didn't you say the city manager's assistant was coming out?
Yeah.
Is that person still coming out, or?
No, you guys have me.
We got
Oh, well,
accounting,
she's,
yeah.
she may be tied up, but
She's
Jim-
tied
What's
up.
her
She's
name?
tied up doing what in the city manager's office?
we don't give out names of employees.
You don't give out names of employees.
Define that.
No, you can go to
What's
public
your name?
records. You can go to public records.
What's your name?
I can't tell you that. I'm sorry.
So
can go to the
you're a
clerk of
public
court.
employee that's refusing to tell the public your name. Is that what that is?
You can go next
Is there
door.
anything I can help you guys with?
Yeah.
So, yeah, what's her name?
Budgeting.
What's her name?
She's a customer service clerk.
What's her name?
Is that what's on her ID, customer service clerk?
You can go to city clerk's office and you can.
No, I'm
make
submitting a public records
information
request to you directly.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the request is for her application for employment. Got it?
Okay, now do you want to come back from a period of time and pick that up, or do you want to leave contact information? And I know the trick, if I ask you for that formally, I can't allow
No,
to
there's
do
no
that,
trick.
so I'm asking
What?
for,
How would you like
I'm
to be
asking for
contacted?
What's a
you,
trick?
how you want to be contacted or how you want that delivered
There's no
information.
trick.
I'm curious to hear what you think the trick is, though.
Post it up on this wall up here and I'll pick it up whenever it's available.
Would you be
Here's your-
comfortable with when you come in here, you can ask for it?
Nope.
Because I don't.
want to touch anybody. Post it up here on this wall. I want to be able to come and get it
Well,
freely.
I'll
without
just,
being-
I'll confer with that to see if that's proper, but I don't really know if people's employment applications are published to the general public.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
they are.
I don't know if people's employment applications are posted out to the general public.
Yeah, if they're
I'm
requesting
going to
it.
post
Well-
it publicly on the internet. So.
Well, then you may not get it.
What was your
You
name?
can route that through the city clerk.
Oh, you
What's
may-
your
I
name?
mean, I get. I'll be back. I'm going to make sure of that.
What's your name?
Huh? My name is Jim.
Jim. His name is Jim. He's a public employee, and he's actually required to give his name. So what was your name? You understand you're a public employee, right?
He has work to do. How can I help you, sir?
What's her name? We just went through that.
You want a first name?
I want her full name.
Like I say, you can make a public relations request for that. City clerk, right around the corner, fill that out, and they'll do that for you.
Well, I'm right here asking her name. What reason would it be? It sounds, especially what we've just seen with Rippeon from Edgewater. So we come here to look into things. Now we come to Edgewater and we see that public employees' names of Edgewater are being hidden from the public. Doesn't that sound shady to you? We've already seen some shady stuff.
I'm not giving you highlight reels for your YouTube channel.
You're
there's
doing
no-
a fine job on your
there's
own.
no- there's no other
You know how
reasons
you would
to talk to
accomplish
you about
that? Just by saying, yes, sir, here's her name, here's your records request, instead of acting the way you're
I don't
acting.
feel like it helps
Welcome
you
to the
further.
reels.
Thank you.
Just act
Bye.
normal, and then you'd be fine. Is my request being refused, just for the record? So they're playing defense for the police chief and the city manager, refusing to send out the city manager's assistant. Then for some reason they send out a guy in accounting. Now they're sending whoever the hell this is. How you doing?
Hello.
What's your name?
James,
James. What's your title here?
finance accountant.
Finance accountant. Oh my God, they keep sending everybody for some reason. I just come in and ask questions and everybody's terrified. And I got the accountant guy, finance, whatever. So now my records request is the name of the lady that was right here that won't give her name. Her name, her title, and her application for employment.
I can take the information down and.
What's so funny?
City.
So the employee that refused to give her name and others who went into hiding along with those other ladies, are in that back room laughing in an exaggerated manner to ensure that I hear it while saying that I will not get that application. Well, this is that application that they say I will not get, and it arrived completely unredacted, and I redacted her home address and phone number. You're welcome.
Yeah, so I just checked with them. If you come up with a scheduled time, you can pick it up, and there is page processing fee for public information requests beyond a number of pages.
You realize you weren't talking to me, you were talking to him, right?
Well,
He made that request, not
I
me.
know you're together, so I'm going to tell you too as a way to try to help him get his stuff
No,
wrong.
he made the request. I don't know what request he made. You got to tell him.
All right. Well, if I see him out here, I'll tell him. If he seems like he's your friend, you can tell him as well.
Well, that's not my job. Your job is to take the record request. So, yeah, just I know they think it's funny for some reason. I think there's the impression here that the public won't get employment applications, but we absolutely get employment applications. It's absolutely public record. So, yeah, that lady's
Information shall be redacted.
So you keep saying you're the accountant. You can't help me. So why do you keep coming out here and jabbing?
I'm not jabbing.
You are jabbing.
I just came out here to try to come up with a way to get your friend his request.
So go find my friend.
It's not my job.
You already made it clear you can't help me. And you said you didn't want to give me reels or whatever, right? So go back and do your job. Your job is not talking to me, right? Your job is accounting or something.
Well, you can tell your friend.
Go do your job.
He can come in.
Hey,
he can tell when
get back to
he wants
work.
pick it up. What?
Get back to work right now. I'm going to count to 3. 1, 2. Anyway, for the record, I didn't start that. I'm usually very nice with everybody until somebody is stupid with me. So that's it. Just her full name, title, hire date, and her application for employment. And I can give you my email address.
Okay, what's that?
TwistedLuckMedia @gmail.com. All right, I appreciate it. It was that simple. Just celebrate it was that simple. Or why they sent you, but thank you. The insane dipshittery doesn't stop there. We've come back over to the police department side, and, well, see for yourself. Everybody's running defense for each other. How about Geiger? Is he still in that meeting?
Yes, as far as I know, yes.
Is that just answer standing for me? For as long as I ask, he's in that meeting?
No, I mean, they go in meetings.
Yeah, can I get another record request? Can I get his calendar for the day?
Geiger's?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Just curious what kind of, it's been at least 2 hours now. It's a long meeting. Yeah.
Anything else?
No, for now. That's all right,
Okay.
yeah.
Then you guys have a good day.
All right, you too. But still, you don't want to, is that a ridiculous thing to think you might be arrested for burglary for coming out of your own house?
I'm just looking at the calendar.
Okay.
Is that
I
okay?
really don't want to comment or anything.
No comment.
Is that all right if I look at the calendar? I want a copy of that calendar. That's a public records request. Don't you do it. Are you hiding something? What are you taking it down
Why
for
would you
like
take
that?
it down?
Why would you do that? Why do you act suspicious, man? No. When I was looking at the calendar, you gave me an ugly face, and then you ripped it off the wall there. I think you ripped it off the thumbtack out of the wall too.
Yeah, it worked.
So can I get a copy of that calendar or have a full inspection of it then? No? You said no? You shook your head no? That's all right. I got you. See if you can get a copy of it.
All right, so I guess I'll request a copy of it now.
Okay, let me write it down.
Just want to see why it's being hidden. Yeah, that's, what's, well, I didn't really finish it, but why would you take it down when he looked at it? That we're here because of shady things from the Edgewater Police Department. That's why we came here to look into some things, and now all this shady stuff. I don't understand even a little bit. Is there a reason why you hid it when he looked at it?
Okay.
I didn't have that question until that happened.
Okay.
And then I got suspicious of that. Was there a reason for hiding it?
No. Do you have anything else I can help you with?
So was this personal reason you didn't want him to see it? That was the
There's
reason?
no reason. Can I help you?
No reason.
Okay. I hope you have a good day.
That is so, see how weird that is? Because when you have nothing to hide, you don't hide. I can ask you a question. I just wanted to ask somebody a question. So it's a ridiculous question. I'm going to give you that. It's an absolutely ridiculous question. I was just hoping someone could answer it. So far, nobody will answer it. Obviously, it's no elephant in the room. We know what brought me here this time. And with that logic that we saw displayed from that officer, from Rippeon, a lot of people are saying that same logic could cause the Edgewater Police Department to charge them for burglary if they are seen exiting their own house.
So I can't comment on any open and active internal investigation?
Yeah, not that case, right? Yeah, I don't want to talk about that case, but just a general statement. That would be ridiculous to be arrested for burglary for coming out of your own house, right?
So either way, even in the roundabout way, I'm not going to comment on this because it's all involved with that open and active IA.
Well, nobody was charged with burglary.
Huh?
Nobody was charged with burglary.
I get it, but you're still referencing the same thing that we all know what we're talking about.
But do you realize how scary that is? Just as a person, like I would honestly,
Records request, I can help you.
I thought when I got here, it would just be a simple, quick thing. Somebody would say, "Oh no, that's absolutely ridiculous," and that's what people want to hear.
I know. Either way, I'm not commenting on it because it still revolves around the same thing that, like you said, we all know why you're here.
So,
I'm not commenting on it.
all right, and that's fine. But I just want to clarify, just so I make sure I was clear about it, and I wasn't, because I'm a little confused. Just to make sure I was clear, the question that a resident of Edgewater
Is there anything else
that would be fearful that for coming out of their own house lawfully, they might be arrested for burglary by the Edgewater Police Department, the answer officially is no comment.
from me?
And so far, everybody else here.
Because it's involving the open and active IA investigation.
Well, it's not really, though. That's just a general
I'm going to
question.
ask you one more time, is there anything else I can do for you with a law enforcement question or a records request?
Yeah, that's terrifying that you want to answer that question.
I'll take that as a no. Is
It's not related to that case, right?
there anything else?
It's not related to that case.
Is there anything else?
No, I'm just waiting on someone that can answer that question.
Like I said, captain's unavailable. I don't know why. I wish I could tell you.
It's because it's me. That's why. And everybody's playing defense for him, for Mahoney.
Anything else?
Everybody's playing defense. No, Officer Graham, right? I'm just hanging out till someone can answer that question.
Okay.
Anything other than no comment, because that's scary. Police brutality is bad, right? No comment to that? Oh my God. To close out the day, I caught back up with Sergeant Binns. Obviously, you know what brings me back. The elephant in the room, right?
Everybody does.
So some people, members of the public, have said, and it makes sense, by the logic that was demonstrated. I'm not going to talk about that case.
Talking about the burglary? Burglary? Are they going to be arrested for burglary?
For coming out of their own house. That's all.
Coming out of their own house? No.
So because the logic, that is an active investigation, absolutely.
But would somebody be arrested for burglary? No.
And that's a ridiculous question, is it not? I mean, that's a ridiculous question.
It is.
But
it's a fair question.
Because in light of certain things,
Fair enough.
people have said that, and I say, you're right. That same logic, that could be.
Yep.
And it's ridiculous. And I thought I would come in and ask somebody that question, and they would say, "Oh, that's absolutely ridiculous." But all I was getting is that's not going to give people any comfort,
No, they wouldn't.
So yeah, and you agree that is an absolutely ridiculous question.
Yeah, silly question.
I appreciate you answering the question.
Have a good day.
And
Thank you.